Hi, Holly Perkins here. So I get questions all the time about how I eat on the go. And I've really gotten to the point where I've mastered taking food with me when I travel and about town. So one thing that you need to know, if you can start carrying food with you throughout the day, every day, it makes a huge impact on your diet, your nutrition, and your wallet because it saves you a ton of money. So people are always asking me exactly how I pack up my food, so I am going to show you today. So I'm breaking it out into two different things. One is when I go about a day here in my normal life and I'm running around town and I know I'm going to have a busy day, I take a big cooler with me. And this is what I'm always telling you guys to get. Any cooler works. So this is my big Mac Daddy cooler. I will literally fill this up with food when I have a production day or when I have a really long day away from the house. Fill it up with food and take it with me. This one's not quite as big, but I love this one as well. So then the other aspect of travel food is when I actually fly in an airplane, and this is where I think it gets the most interesting. So for that, I don't like to be that goofy person who carries the big, huge cooler on the plane. I like to be a little bit discreet about it. So what I do is I use two different smaller coolers, and here's what I do. Key is to get the ice packs that are solid plastic ice packs. So when they come out of your freezer, they are literally rock solid. You have to use these kind of ice packs to get through the TSA security checkpoint. When these are in your cooler, as long as they stay rock solid, you will get through TSA. I have been traveling with these ice packs now for 8 years, and I have never once had my food taken away from me. So this really is a tried and true method. I actually talked to the TSA workers to make sure that I could figure out the best way to do this. So make sure you get the hard ones. Even if these things don't even go soft for like an hour or two, so it's gonna be fine to get you to the airport. Ice pack goes in the bottom. What I do is I pack one bag that's gonna go on the plane with me, and then I pack one bag that actually goes into my suitcase that I check. This is the food that I'm gonna have when I get to my hotel on the other side. So basically, when this is in the luggage underneath the plane, it's actually very cool in that area because it's not air controlled. So if you're traveling anytime outside of summer, this actually stays refrigerated when it's underneath the plane in your baggage check, basically. So cooler goes in, the ice pack goes in the bottom. You want to make sure that whatever you're packing to go on the plane with you, nothing is liquid. Nothing that is a liquid and nothing that is a pudding texture will get through security. So no cottage cheese, no yogurt, no pre-cooked oatmeal. I have gotten hummus through, which is, I think, questionable, but I've taken hummus quite a few times. But anything that's like soupy or sloshy or like a pudding will not get through. It has to be totally solid. Outside of that, you can take anything through TSA, through the food check, and they have never given me a problem. So what I pack in here is, for those of you that live in an urban area, there is a store called My Fit Foods. You actually can't see it on here, but it's this place that's creating super, super healthy meals in these to-go containers. The day before I travel or the morning of the day that I travel, I end up buying a few My Fit Food meals so that I can literally just stick them in here and I've already got a meal set. Outside of that, I always carry a bunch of bars. These don't need to be refrigerated, but I tend to throw them in here anyway. I like to carry both protein bars that have a lot of protein in them, and then I also like to carry bars that are more carbohydrate based, that are mostly just carbohydrate. Because when I travel, I find that I actually need a little bit more carbohydrate because I'm on the go all the time. I always have whey protein powder. I always have a container that I can either put my whey protein in, or if I get stuck on the plane and I really want some good caffeine, I refuse to drink airplane tea or coffee. So I always carry a baggie of my own high quality tea so that I can have whatever kind of caffeine I want. I carry PG Tips, which is just a black tea. I always make sure that I carry a high quality green tea. And then my absolute favorite, this is a great tip for you guys, you coffee drinkers, take Starbucks Via Instant Coffee. It's the best way to get amazing coffee on the plane. All you have to do is have your container and ask the stewardesses to give you some hot water, and it's the best way to have a good cup of coffee while you're flying. So I also take some kind of a really good protein powder. I can either mix this in to the oatmeal that I take with hot water, or I will just do the protein shake on its own in my container. So that way I've got protein, I've got some oatmeal. Usually I will stick in hard-boiled eggs. I will put in baby carrots. Sometimes I take nuts, but I find that I eat too many nuts as it is already, so I've got that covered. Other things that you can take is deli turkey meat, string cheese is great, any kind of fruit that's hard. Don't try to take a banana, it just never works. So anything that is solid, you will get through TSA. I put the food that I want on the plane with me here. I put the extra meals that I've packed for the other side of the trip in here. This goes in my suitcase. This goes in my carry-on bag that goes with me on the plane, and it works out great. Last thing is to make sure you take some utensils, especially spoons. For some reason, I always find that I need a spoon more than I need a fork, and those will get through TSA, believe it or not, too. I guess they don't consider plastic knives dangerous. I've had them allow me to take knives and forks through. And then make sure you just take some plain old paper towels from your kitchen, because you never know when you're gonna make a mess or when you're gonna need it. So I always just stick them in a little Ziploc baggie, zip it up, and it goes in my bag. That is how I travel with my food. It makes a huge difference. You're gonna feel better, you're going to eat better food, you're gonna save a ton of money, and if you're trying to lose weight or keep your body weight where it is, there is your recipe for success. So I would love to hear from you. Do you have some tricks that maybe I didn't cover here? I would love to hear. I'm always so curious how people travel with food. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure that you sign up for my email newsletters at hollyperkins.com, and I will see you next time.